So what's up, y'all? A friend of mine suggested that because of my love of Marvel, and I like to jokingly say that I'm usually the most knowledgeable Marvel person in the room, although it's not true. Not always. Not always. Anyway, suggested I do this and share a little bit about me, my thoughts on Logan. So here we go. You ready? There are spoilers. I'm letting you know right now, so sorry, forgive me. It's just the way it is. So if you don't want to know, if you haven't seen it, just stop watching. Alright? So here we go. Saw Logan. It's a really, really good movie. I think it was well done. Really good acting for the genre, right? I thought it was really good character development of the main characters. I mean, by now you already know them. And they added some interesting characters that they're interesting to me as a Marvel guy, as a comic book fan, and I thought the storyline was really, really well done. So there's a character named Caliban, who was always a favorite of mine. He is a mutant hunter, like he tracks them, so that was pretty interesting. He's a mutant himself. He was good, but I thought they could have developed him a little more. We could have seen him maybe at his more powerful. We've seen him at his weakest. Another character named Donald Pierce was in the movie. They could have developed him a lot more because he is a cyborg and he's vicious. And his Reavers, the Reavers are all cyborgs, vicious. But we didn't see them too vicious. I mean, they were mean, but they weren't vicious. And I think they could have developed them a little more the way they have in the comic books. Hugh Jackman was, always been good to me as Wolverine. Just too tall for the character. But other than that, he's great. This honestly might be his best, and I think it's the best of the solo Wolverine movies. So go figure, right? It's his last one. The young lady who played Laura, or X-23, she was really good. I forgot her name, but she was great, and I think she's destined to be a superstar in the genre because I think, quite frankly, that this flick, is set up for the New Mutants movie. So if you know the New Mutants, you know it was great comic book stuff. It's great storyline. So she was great. You're gonna love her. That being said, this incarnation of the Wolverine story stands alone from any other comic book story that you might have read. It doesn't follow any one storyline. Again, they use, to me, they like to use pieces and bits, and so the X-23, the Laura character, is something different, and so here comes some real big spoilers, real big. So don't watch from here on in. I'm gonna give you 3 seconds to turn off the video. Here we go. So they've obviously borrowed from the comics with the character of Laura, aka X-23. They've also borrowed from the horrid future of mutants, which seems to be a recurring theme in the comic books. And Logan growing old is obviously from Old Man Logan. However, the similarities end there. They end right there. X-23 in the movie is his daughter, but in the comic books she's a clone. Okay, so that's one thing. The future that they don't show it in any comic books. And then he's old, but they never fully explain why his healing power, that's his real mutant power, not the claws, not the metal, rather, the healing, his healing ability, his healing factor, that was never explained why he was losing it. Another thing they did wrong in the movie is that he's always drinking. Well, they didn't really show him drunk, although he looked it a couple of times. They didn't really say it because Wolverine can't get drunk. But his healing factor in the movie is low, so maybe that's why. He can't really get drunk. What else? I think that's it. I mean, something will come to me. There was another thing that they just didn't follow. So the Old Man Logan in the comic books, he comes from the Battle World, and if you don't know anything about Battle World, it's too much to explain except to say that it's a whole another world that was put together by Doctor Doom in pieces. So where he lives, Hulk, yes, the Hulk, runs like that land, the Badlands, I think it was called. And Logan has given up fighting. Oh, here it is. He's given up fighting. This is the other thing they changed a lot. He's given up fighting, killing, all of that stuff, the claws, because previously in that universe, I guess, what he remembers, what he did. See, all the villains got together and they decided that they were gonna band together and kill or beat all the superheroes. So they attacked the X Mansion, right? Professor X's mansion. And what happened was Logan just started fighting. He's killing all of them. Like anybody that came his way, he just went berserk. And he's killing. And then all of a sudden Mysterio appears. And if you don't know who Mysterio is, he's the master of illusion. And so he made Wolverine think that the people he was killing were the villains, but it was actually all the X-Men. He killed all the X-Men. So that's why he never again wants to be violent, never wants to kill, never wants to fight. And so now he's living on a farm with a family, like his wife, his kids, and the Hulk is evil in this incarnation, and basically they kill his family. Okay, so that's the Old Man Logan story, right? In this story, no, they don't even tell you how it got so bad. What they do tell you, they hint at very strongly, is that Professor Xavier did something a few years ago in Westchester, which is where the mansion was, and he killed the X-Men. That is not part of the Old Man Logan story. So there's another difference. Let me tell you, I love it when they incorporate storylines from the comic books. I really do. I don't like when they mishmash and put stuff together. The stories are great the way they are. The Old Man Logan story, if you get a chance to read that comic book, read it. It is so good. But you have to read the Battle World stuff from him, right? The Wolverine. I gotta find out what the title is, but you gotta find that stuff. His life on Battle World. It's really interesting. Well, I do like it when they put stuff in from the comic books, as much as possible. So I would have done things different. I would have stayed with the storyline of Old Man Logan, and then what happens is then he comes into this dimension. He comes back to this reality, this, the X-Men regular comic book reality, and he's old. He's the Old Man Logan from the other world, right? He's come here where in this world, or not this world, you know what I mean. In their world, he's dead. He's dead already. And if you haven't read any of that stuff, man, I can't get into it. It's way too long. But his death is pretty interesting. So, would I recommend this movie? Yeah. I think this movie was made superbly. I think it was done really, really well. Again, as a comic book purist, I guess, I would have loved for them to do things closer to what the comic books are doing. But standalone movie, man, it's really, really, really good. If you've never seen any of the other X-Men movies, I think you'll still enjoy this. And if you've followed the X-Men movies, you'll definitely enjoy this. It is the best Wolverine movie I've seen. I don't like any of the other ones. I've seen them all, but I don't like this one. Is really good. And I think that hardcore fans like me, that despite the fact that it's a different story from the comic books, we're still going to like it. I liked it. It was different. I would have done some things different, but it was really well done. So, that's me. I don't know what that sound was. That's me on Marvel and the movie Logan. I will go see it. I think you'll enjoy it. I really did enjoy it. Although the guy behind me fell asleep. I left the theater. Oh, by the way, there are no end credit scenes. And I didn't see Stan Lee. What? Anyway, yeah, the guy behind me, I got up and left. I was the last one because I'm waiting for the last scene that did not come up. And what happens? I get up and leave, the theater's empty. I turn around, there's a guy snoring behind me. So he had a good nap, but the movie's still really, really good. You should see it. Alright, this is E on Marvel. Peace.